Hello everybody, we are here today to do another tutorial. I've built a few co-ops in my day. I think this is one of the originals, and it served us well. However, it's kind of slow. It takes about over 4 minutes in single player and almost like 6 minutes in multiplayer. That won't do. Also 1.5 kind of broke it. This no longer does a one-tick pulse. So I created this version, which kind of fixed it. Basically took that and repaired all the faults, threw in some different types of buds, and she works again, but still just as slow. So I've gone ahead and built this prototype, version 3.0. Built this on the Olympus server. This one is a lot faster. In single player, it's under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So roughly 2.5 minutes. And in SMP, it's still under 3 minutes, so it's pretty quick. So the old style took one block at a time and pushed it over with the piston till it got to the end of the row, and then this row of pistons pushed it down. Did that 4 times, and then this whole wall pushes it forward. We've simplified the process. Instead, we now put 4 blocks in at a time, and once the 4th block is placed, it activates a bud, or block detector kind of bud, and pushes all 4 blocks over. So that allows for a lot quicker load time. So today we are going to build this thing together. I've revised the prototype and come up with this guy. I've managed to fit it all kind of one behind the row of pistons. Prototype stuck out a little bit in the back there, so I managed to cram that in using a single piston bud design. So there's only one bud here, and it's at the end of the row. So once you get all this whole wall filled in, it activates that bud. Ooh. Oops, that's supposed to be on 2 ticks. Let's try that again. There you go. So that activates that. So that would push the whole wall forward. And you saw it in operation there at the beginning, but if we take a block, you go over here, and you do have to flick this lever to get up that 1 extra block just for the reach. Creative, I think you can reach it on a slab, but in survival you cannot. But you'd put the 4 blocks there, and you can see it get loaded in, so it's relatively quick. And once it gets to the end, the whole wall will get pushed out, and there we have it. And then you have to flick the lever to get back out. So there you have it. It will create a 11 by 4 by, 13 design. It'll basically form a cube that will take 9 full stacks of ores. So if you want to fill this thing all the way up, all you gotta do is make sure you've got a full set of 9 stacks of 64 in your hotbar, and you can go down there in survival and just hold down your place block key and just cycle between all the hotkeys until you've placed all the blocks, and that will take you roughly between 2.5 to 3 minutes, and it will form a nice giant cube, or rectangle, not really a cube. But yeah, so today we are going to build this thing. I've got laid out here, hopefully, if I didn't screw it up, the requirements that you need to build it. This one, nice thing about this, it's even simpler than before, and it was a fairly simple design to begin with. But now it's even more simple, and actually fairly cheap, except for the pistons. So you need 1 lever, and we will grab that. You need a repeater, you need 35 redstone dust, you need 3 redstone torches, you need 48 regular pistons, you need 2 sticky pistons, either 1 redstone block or another torch or another lever. We can cover that while we're building it. And that's about it. Then you need some blocks for the different circuits, which you can use whichever you like. I laid out them in red, green, and blue. A red circuit being for the pushing wall and the bud, green being for this line of pusher pistons, and then the blue is simply for the little pistonized step up that will get you into the machine if you stand on it properly. Alright, so the dimensions of the machine are as follows. It is 4 deep, it is 17 wide, and I believe it is 10 high. I did write down the dimensions somewhere. I just don't know where they went. Are they here? Yeah, 10 high. And one of those blocks is just because there's that piston that is in the ground here. So, to start off, I'm going to use gold as my standard block, and then I will get some of the wools here in my inventory to swap around with, and we should be good to go. And I think the first one we will do is that. Alright, let's begin. Okay, for this version, I'm going to build it on the ground level. So in this version, this is actually the ground where you would be standing. And I built it kind of raised up by 1. For this demonstration, we are not going to do that. So this is how you'd want to build it, level with the floor. So you want to go in 3 blocks, and then you want to go up 3 blocks, and that'll be the first corner piston. And then you want to put 11 of those side by side. And then you want to build it up to 4 layers. There you have it. So you have a 4 tall by 11 wide piston wall. Now we'll switch over to wiring it. So the first line, you want to put your building block for the wiring up on the very top row. And then skip a block and go down again. You can just bring those all the way to the end for now, and you can line those blocks with redstone dust. Next we will do the bud. So the bud we're going to place right here at the bottom, right next to this block there. We're going to use the same color wool, and we're going to put a block there with a torch on it, and that's going to power this block when the piston gets pushed forward. And then we'll put a block with a piece of redstone dust, and then diagonal to that. So you got 3 blocks diagonal. We're going to place another torch. Then place a block on top of that torch, and also on the side of it. And then we're going to place 2 more blocks like that. And here you will put a repeater and 2 pieces of redstone dust. So that's going to bud this piston by powering it diagonally. And then we're going to use this block here to power our row of pistons. So you can connect this all the way to the side, and 2 more there as well. And then extend the redstone by 1, and then 2 above. And that takes care of the bud, or the piston, and the piston wall, or the bud and the piston wall. Also, make sure to change this to 2 ticks. And then when we break that, you can see it go off. So anytime a block gets pushed there, that will cause this thing to fire, and the piston wall itself will actually cause it to retract. So that'll provide the second update. Alright, the next step is the pusher pistons. So I like to leave a space here. So we'll go up another 3 blocks. So 3 blocks away from the piston wall, and then 3 blocks up, right on the edge there. And we're going to place 4 pistons right on top of each other, facing towards the piston wall. And here's the part where we need a half slab or a stair. So let's grab those. And we're done with the red wool. Okay, so from here, we need, let's see, what else can we get rid of? The pistons. Going to place a half slab right here, and a piece of redstone dust on top of it. And here is where you can use various methods to power this redstone dust. It just matters that it's redstone dust or that it is pointing this way. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to use a redstone block. And now on the opposite side of here, in this case, I will actually use a stair. And we'll put an upside down stair right over here. And then we need a repeater on top of that. And here we will switch to the green wool for this power. So here you power that wool block, then you bring blocks just like that, diagonal and then diagonal back up. And then you switch over to your slabs again, and you want to put a slab right there, and then one diagonal. You could break that guy. And then you simply add redstone dust here, 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 and there. And that is it for that. So now whenever you put your 4 blocks, that 4th one will fire, and it will gradually push that over, and when it gets over there, it will fire again. So that's the basics of it. Now the only thing we have to do is give us a way to get in. You'll also want to make sure you have a block up top to aim for. That way you don't have to aim for the piston. You can just aim straight up at that block to place your blocks. And so here we are going to put a sticky piston 2 blocks down. And you can use whatever block you like. And then we're going to remove that block, and we will switch to our blue wool. And you could put that down there for the blue wool, and change that to blue wool. And then here we can put down some redstone, and then you can switch to a stair again. And the stairs are optional, but they just add a little bit of kind of style to it, and they allow the redstone dust to go underneath of it. And there you add your lever, and of course you can use any blocks you like to make it look better. Then when you hit the lever, you will be placed up high enough that you can reach that block, and you can start placing and fill up your Q.O.P. And there you have it. Fairly simple to build. Fairly little resources, except for the pistons. But other than that, not too bad. And a lot cheaper than our previous designs. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.